Oh, Jesus Christ, that is bright. That's sun, isn't it? Hey. Nothing I can do about that, I'm afraid. We're going to have to make do with the... with the terrible, the bloom there. Welcome back. Here with more BO2. Good song. Absolutely gorgeous song. Lovely song. It's called The Gates of Hell, if anyone's curious. So yes, we're on chapter 10. We're on chapter 10. Let's see, let's get on with it, I guess. Oh yeah. Spoilers. I missed a weapon. Missed a weapon last night. Forgot to get one of the parts of the LP for Takamikazuchi, which is a good ass weapon, big ass hammer. But yeah, we ended up in hell last time, didn't we? So why not? Seems like a lovely holiday destination. There's really nothing I can do about that. 2 seconds. I wonder if opening the window will help. It did not help. Something of a fool's errand, I suspect. We're just gonna have to make do. The amount of people who've been complaining about the weather at work, and I'm like, what you may do about me? I guess that's where we are. Can't get away from it, no matter how hard I try. There's a book there. There's a path here. Can we make it over there, do you think? This seems perhaps optimistic at best. Yeah, there's an invisible wall. Shit. You know what, we tried, and that's all anyone can ask. But yeah, we missed this hammer. Big ol' electric hammer. I was trying very hard not to miss it because I like the hammer. I like good old Takamikazuchi. Defeat all enemies in which time cannot be activated. This is a dodge thing again, isn't it? Wait, what? Oh, wait, right, okay, just defeat all enemies without which time. I see. Better. Should learn to read properly, shouldn't I? You know, there's something to be said for the consistency. Right, we'll hold off learning how to use Takamikazuchi again. Until we deal with this. There we go. And a piece of heart. No idea how many pieces we want. We'll find out shortly. We are on. We are on 1 of 4. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to be on the lookout for because there's a last weapon you can miss is in this zone. Oh, I see you there. So gonna have to be on the lookout for that. That was not it. Keep going this way, do you think? We can. But to what end? Oh, you dicks. That's just rude, man.
Is that all you've got? Almost. Is that all you've got?
Hey, Shona, how you doing? You join me getting my shit pushed in. Oh, sweet, we have found one. Right. So yeah, like I was saying, I missed one of these in the last level for this hammer, so wait, I have to go back and get it. And this is the last weapon we can actually miss in this area, so hopefully we don't do that, because that would make me look... Wait. It would further the cause of making me look bad. Can we make it over here? You tried not getting my shit pushed in. Yeah, I'm just not very good at it. Those guys fucked me up for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, so we went back and we got this hammer that I apparently can't remember how to use. But who doesn't like... shit. Who doesn't like a big hammer? It's like churning bomb and Kafka though. You can only use it in your hands. Which I mean, I guess makes sense, but... I'm not sure how one would use a bow and arrow in the hands. Oh, I could maybe... Hammers would work, they'd just be like big stompies. Just really big heals. It'd be platforms as opposed to heals, I guess. I do like the butterfly wings, man. Butterfly wings are cool. I don't remember this. So I think I want to not get hit by it. It turns out it's not blind into it to deal damage. It's don't get hit by them and continue to not get hit by them, rather than getting hit by every single one. Do you know what? I'll give them credit. The bony millipedes, they're very coordinated. That's some like, what do you call them? The American like Air Force jet team thing. Probably like Skyhawks or some shit like that. That's some Skyhawk shit. Like synchronized swim, but in the air. Which I guess is what I'm thinking of, just with planes instead of giant millipedes. I thought it'd be a good start on the whole plan to not get me shit pushed in. Maybe dodge some attacks, that'd be a good start. Ooh, floor health. I'll take that floor health. So I'm pretty sure as well this guy is a callback to one of the... I think he's the first boss. The first boss in the original Devil May Cry, who is also called Penance, and is also a giant spider made of fire. Which I mean is pretty neat. It's original Devil May Cry is one of those games that it might be cool to go back to do, but it was very much a landmark thing of its time, but it hasn't aged terribly well. Especially compared to what's come out since. Because I don't know if you know the story of its development. Oh, don't waste the sign. It is essentially it was going to be Resident Evil 4. Which is why it's got a lot of the same, I guess, layout of castle or old building, and then garden, and then other, in this case being hell. You're a shop, we don't have any money, I don't think. But yeah. Oh. Wait, I want whatever that is. Clearly it doesn't want to give me it. Ah, you dickhead.
So close.
Oh, this is not going well. This is not going well at all. Is anyone left? No. Oh wait, yes. Good old this guy. Swindler of Progress, that was a good title. Okay, I'm a child now. I see that is the progress of which he swindles. Please do not eat me, boys. I am a small child. He's got some quite strong, like, gesture energy, doesn't he? I think it's just the hat. Oh, I've still got the scythe, don't I? Forgot about that. Oh, it's done. I'd say it wasn't too bad, but again, the shit continues to be pushed deeper and deeper. So there's a chest behind here. Where was it? It's over here. Let's jump up now. I got a lollipop. Aha! That looks to me... yeah. Part 2 or 3.
So close.
I'm trying to remember what change they have with the hammer. One. We have that. That seems good. Right, we'll get rid of one of them. Give us some room to feel things out a bit. Or not. So, we'll just go. We'll go back to faithful.
Is that all you've got?
Okay, so that's just spinning the circle. Oh shit, there's another one. There we go. Can't be having on with this. People think I'm bad at games or something. Then who will respect me? Right. So, back down here, I guess. Anything else in here? We've got one of them. That's where we came. That's where we just came. Cool. It's quite unpleasant the way this thing moves, isn't it? Can't say I'm a fan. Well, I saw Musa fine. Pardon me. Musa fine. Oh, you know, I was going to do that instead. It's the same button. What we got? We haven't filled one yet, right? Defeat all enemies without taking a hit. Okay. I was going to say we haven't filled one yet, but we'll...
So close.
Right, we're not pissing about with hammer this time. Shit. Where you're at, Zephy. And you tell us I can do it, Zephy. Let's do this, like a hero.
Is that all you've got?
Maybe not. Maybe that was a bad plan. But I'll tell you what might work. We might actually have found a use for this thing. I mean, the whole thing with the last one we had trouble with. Just simply a case of finding the right weapon and maybe not looking away to check if anyone's been set on shaft as he's jumping at us. Why do it well if you can cheese it? That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. This is all it's going to take, yeah. Hopefully there's just the one, it's just the one wave. There you go. That's talent, that is. It takes years of training to beat your pride down enough that you're perfectly willing to get away with something like that. Oh, I apologise, I'm a bit sniffly. Don't know where this has come from. Right, so we did that. What was that? What are you? What are you? Right, one sec, I've got turned around a bit. So he came from here. This must be a thing. This is clearly off the beaten path at least. Ow. Please don't kill me. I'd very much appreciate it if you didn't kill me. Okay, never mind, you killed me. First death, to be fair. We'll say... we'll say it's because I'm out of practice from last night. Maybe, hopefully. Is that convincing? Probably not really, is it? One second. No, I thought that was a thing over there. It is just geometry. I'll tell you what, I think something like this I'm just going to have to get the really I need to figure out dodge offset stuff. Because you can hold the attack button and dodge mid-combo and continue where you're at. And I think this is too slow to not get away with it. But unfortunately, I never got the hang of that. It's alright with the
Is that all you've got?
if you're already holding it down to charge, it is. But no, I don't get how you it just doesn't click the whole mid-combo going to hold it and dodge at the same time. Oh sweet, we've got that. Cool. We've got this, we don't have to worry about this anymore. Because most weapons, if you just hold it, it does something like that and ends the combo. I guess something like Undyne isn't too bad, because it just, if you hold it, it just extends it. But something like Rakashasha, or whatever it's called, or Takamikazuchi, where it ends the combo, you have to be very precise in timing it. Oh, hello. Take you to the candy shop. That was a song, wasn't it? Let your lollipop. 50 Cent, of course, yeah, noted fan of confectionery. Getting introduced to a lot of new enemies this one, aren't we? We've had Jester guy, we've had this guy. I think that's two, admittedly. Oh well, we wasted that. So I might actually just switch back to churning bob. I at least have an idea with how I'm alright with churning bob. That's my excuse anyway, and I'm sticking with it. We are not getting a good scar. We're not getting a scar, Martha. We're not getting a good scar at all. We're not going to get a good score. That's already 2 lollipops and 1 death. Which is not what we're going for. But I'll take these off here. Okay, we've got another one of these. Collect all the bits. Oh Christ, wants us to go pretty far, like, doesn't it? Jesus. Alright. And I immediately cock it up. Right, 1. 2. 3. 4. Oh, we got plenty of time. We got plenty of time. We're good. We're golden. I'm really glad we got that in the end. Otherwise, I might have looked a bit of a tit. But what would be new? Hopefully, I haven't lost the damn thing. No, it's just around here. It's always taking a while to get back there. What we got? We got... Ooh, I'll take that. That's pretty alright. We've gotten a... Essentially, we've gotten a full heart in this level then. Right, this seems strong. But also, we should probably kill these guys up in the other one.
So close. Almost.
Oh, this is...
Got you.
This is not going how I want it to go. One day, I might look like I know what I'm doing. Even if that is not today. Okay. 1 1/4 hearts. Should have seen his before, man, when I was going back to get the last bit of that LP. It's doing so much better. No else? We good? We got everything. Would appear so. Doing like not getting hit, man, like looking cool as shit. One day I'll make his believe. Please go up the thing. Thank you. We need to find a shop as well, so we can get our new weapon. Oh shit! It's Rodan. Hey Rodan. How you
If
doing?
it ain't Bayonetta. Fancy
I was thinking
finding a
the same
witch
thing.
like you in a place like this.
Rodin, don't tell me you came here to rescue me, like some kind of knight in shining armor.
I should get more earpieces, shouldn't I?
Do I look like the rescuing tank? If you would have kicked the bucket here, I'd be all over your soul like a hungry hyena.
I should definitely get some more earpieces. Hey again. Bye again.
Right. I'll go easy on you guys. So let's have some fun.
Thought I had more range on it.
So close.
Oh, hey Klepto, how are we doing? How are tricks and delight? How are we getting on the snuff actually? So I have to say that is probably one of my favourite of practice books. Where's he gone? Is it the last, it's the second last one he put out, isn't it? Snuff off the top of my head. He was raising steam after that one. Cheers, we're done.
We're here.
Not quite to the wonderful Fanny.
Target by the looks of it.
Oh.
Jean,
The wonderful
There she
Fanny's a
is.
set piece though.
Hold up. You're not seriously thinking of getting between a man and his next payday.
If we're talking about like film or video
Don't go
game
shooting up my target, you dig? I need that one intact.
terminology, I guess. The wonderful Fanny is a set piece and a half. Do you know what? I'm not. I'm going to be honest. This is the first time I've actually heard of the Shepherd's Crown. I didn't realise there was another book because I thought it was his.
not that bad.
I'm sure after that I'll take the bronze. I thought his daughter finished off raising steam essentially. I genuinely didn't know there was another book. No, I guess it's not a Discworld one, is it? It's must be a different a series or just a standalone thing.
Another LP. No rest for the wicked.
The Tiffany
Even if I
Aching,
am
right?
jolly
That might be
than
why
the
I never
average demon.
I
But
never
no need
read
to
any of the
pity me. I
Tiffany
was
Aching
bored
ones.
anyways. Be right back. This one's gonna be fun.
Love this song.
Been
So
looking
good.
for a workout like this for a while. Ta-ta.
Is Tiffany Aching the ones with the cats or the one with the wee free men? No, I'm thinking of Amazing Morrison's. It is Talking Mice is the cats in it.
Damn. Some of these fools are really about that life. Had me working overtime.
Yeah,
to
it's
knock
good that you
this one
finished
into
that though, I
shape.
guess. Or
Off you go.
that it was finished. You don't want the platinum ticket. We're not going to get the platinum ticket. The platinum ticket costs like 9 million. How much is the second salamander? Second salamander is 70 grand. What do we do? We want heel stomp. Let's get heel stomp. Like obviously you never finished any of the any of the Discworld sort of series, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm not convinced he ever would have, to be honest. At any point. What have we got? Shatter. Can you use Salamander now, don't we? I started Jeff with the mysterious interviewing, but then I had to read him some witch stories before going to Shepherd's Camp. Yeah. Yeah, because I understand that, is Tiffany like a young witch or something?
Almost her curfew.
Like I said, it's not one I've read, but I'm vaguely familiar with them. And obviously the wee free men pop up in a couple of the, for want of a better term, the mainline stuff. She's got lipstick as well. Everyone has lipstick. Everyone.
Are you still going to forgive me my trespasses now? What are you going to do without your precious palace?
Okay, how old is she in the third one then? Love you, Madama Butterfly. Like I said, man, I'm much more about the punch in the throat energy than the step on me energy.
Good thing the three of us girls enjoy a good cat.
16, fair. I mean, it's not really grown up like, is it? But then this might be... Does anyone be able to do 20... 22, I'd say, is still a child. Or still a kid, at least. Is it actually? I didn't realise it was based off anything. Is it quite this extra?
I don't know what you did to piss her off, but whatever it was, nice.
What's the opera about? We want our chainsaws, don't we? Put them on our feet. So now we have chainsaw shoes. Who doesn't like chainsaw shoes? Liars, that's who doesn't like chainsaw shoes. I know, maybe that'll be the thing that finally gets me into offers. Hopefully it's about a two-story tall woman that just fucking beats the shit out of people. I'd be into that opera. We've been through this enough times. Do you think I know what Miss Saigon is? So I'll be honest, I don't. I assume it's got something to do with like the place side on it. So the big tragedy though is that there's no two-story tall women beating the shit out of each other. That's the real tragedy. Cool. I liked you better when you were smaller, I'll be honest. Never years knew I was going to get this girl because I got pregnant. As he once finds out, he finds in America. That's pretty shitty. If nothing else, think of all the great Japanese food you get with a Japanese wife. Yeah, in Saigon. Makes sense. I take it Madame Butterfly is the Japanese woman in the original version.
Then it's going to be a bloody coronation.
Also, where is Saigon? I want to say China. I want to say Saigon's in China.
At least my Umbran sister.
Maybe Vietnam. Might be Vietnam now that I think about it. Oh no, stop. Too cool. I get it, you got some beefy butterfly, but like, you know. No, you take it out on me.
So close.
A giant helicopter. Look, how big's a giant helicopter? How big a dolphin? Well, I guess it makes sense that, well, I suppose, yeah. Props to the prop department, I suppose. I will point out, I didn't intend that pun, that was just an accident, and it should probably stay that way. Please don't take my soul, I need that. Yeah, my version of Madame Butterfly that I'm envisioning would probably require some impressive puppet work, but would definitely be proud of your beautiful mistake. It would put the stage show of what you call it, Lion King to shame.
Is that all you've got?
Oh, now I want to see the two giant giraffes fighting each other. You know, the actors in the giraffe costumes, that'd be fantastic. Especially when you add into the fact that giraffes often fight each other by whipping each other with their necks. I got your nose.
Jean.
Got your nose. I like her hat. She's got a cool hat.
Damn, woman. I thought I told you to chill. Got more important shit
I
to
would
do than dealing with
be.
this
I would want to come too, like.
stress.
Jean.
I expected an invitation to a giant robot fighting opera. I suppose it's an inevitability as soon as giant robot technology catches up.
Jean, get up. You're going to be late. Jean, it's time. Get up. Please, Jean! Wake up!
Our first triple date. That's me, ever the third wheel. Third wheel on a bicycle with stabilizers. That's me.
What do you need? A wake-up kiss or something?
Me and Corporeal for a start. I'll be really difficult.
You never were much of a morning person, were you?
Same.
This is... Cereza, you came here to rescue me? Are you insane?
You took the words right out of my mouth.
I feel like they need to just admit that they're gay together. Like,
Let's go.
I feel like you don't follow someone into literal hell unless you're kind of into it.
What's happening?
You need to get back to your body and get some rest too.
Be careful, Cereza. Something big is going to happen to our world.
I know. Just
I mean, I've already fought that blue dude.
And no stopping or turning around along the way.
Bit late at the party. Also, this weird child that hides in my cleavage. It's a squirrel.
My business. Gotta hand it to you. This is quality. The perfect palette for an artiste. Now, time to do my dirty.
So I guess the idea here is this is kind of what how he makes all the weapons he gives her. The LPs,
So
I suppose,
that's
are just
how that
to lure them out.
Not very romantic.
Got a nice glow about it, don't you think? As for its power, well, you don't need me to explain the finer points of fucking shit up, do you?
Oh, I can move the camera. Neat. And here I thought we'd get away with no motion sickness this time.
Little one.
Maybe fair to the kid, he's done a good job of not getting his shit pushed in. He's done a better job than I have not getting my shit pushed in.
Got them all lined up waiting to be saved, huh? Don't forget about your new toy.
I'll take a silver. I'll take a silver. I do wonder how he gets the second set. For all the weapons that have second sets.
That performance might make the back page of the classified.
Welcome to Belry's Overthinking Corner. We have a bit of money. Let's peep the shop. Is thruple a word now that I think about it, actually? Is that even a
At
word?
this point, do I really need to explain how the damn shop works?
How much are you? You are also quite expensive. You want these? Don't really want charge bullet. Don't really want Umbran spear. You don't need whole 20 to one got witch twist. They're kind of the same thing. So have some hearts, I guess. It's becoming more of a word. Like in the literal sense, like it's people using it a lot more. Like in the same sense that what was it, yeet or whatever got into the Oxford Dictionary. It's going to be one of them. You know, some people in thruples use the word triad, and I wish they wouldn't. Triad's a cool word though, man. Like, everything that uses I just realised it's called climax horse, fantastic. Like, there's only cool things that are associated with the word. with the word triad. Like triple triad. We jump. Yeah. Triple triad, we've got that. There's the triad.
Is that all you've got?
You know, they're trying to, yeah, but maybe they're trying to allude to the fact that there could be.
Is that all you've got?
You've got to appreciate the moxie, the can-do attitude. It's like the whole, don't dress to the job you have, dress to the job you wish you had. Oh hey, I'm pretty sure we killed you earlier. Hey, Gamora? I want to say that was Gamora. Also, how come like foreign mafias get way cooler names than like our actual mafias? Like Triad, Yakuza, probably other ones that I can't think of right now. But mafia's a bit, it's so blasé. They're not cut out for mafia life. Again, man. Depends how far you want to go up the mafia. I'm sure you just want to do like some casual mafia, it's not too hard. I'm sure the mafia needs bookkeepers, that can't be much more difficult than being a regular bookkeeper. I don't know, if you're just like a front business, all you do is, I don't know, make bagels or do dodgy construction. Same as doing regular bagels or dodgy construction. Yeah, exactly, man, like...
Is that all you've got?
Most tradespeople I know do that anyway. At least the tax evasion. Oh, it's very shiny. Maybe they do have to happen 12 component. But man, any job where you can just receive cash and it doesn't have to go through books, it'd be stupid not to be evading the taxes a little bit. There was a knockoff Nando's. Why would you knock off Nando's? Nando's isn't even that good in the first place. Yeah, like the only people go for a cheeky Nando's because it's cheap. Yeah, throw the kid. Then you don't have to worry about him. Yeah, because it's cheap. I'm pretty sure is why. It's just cheap chicken.
Must keep interfering.
He still owes me some answers.
It's weird that they can talk like that. It's very strange that they just talk like normal.
Your impudence will cost you your life, witch.
But I feel like there's better places
So
to go
you're
that
saying diplomacy has failed,
is like the
then?
same price point, like a Toby Carvery, man. I'd rock a Toby.
Surrender, or it will be more than your mask that you lose.
Umbro witch. Or shall I call you Bayonetta?
Wait, that's not really a comment on the quality of Nando's, to be fair, it's the quality of their wait staff.
You shall be the first Umbro witch to die at my hand.
I'm sure there comes a point where it's like, I'm spending too much on chicken, either ask her out or don't, or ask him out or don't.
Lumen sage.
Also, hey Dad. How you doing? You looking alright? Ever since you turned to dust. I'll tell you what we need to do. We haven't equipped the new thing. Where is it? I can go on the fee as well. I mean, practice makes perfect, I guess, Claptrap.
Is that all you've got?
He might be getting confused of what counts as practice, but you know, you gotta admire the spirit.
Is that all you've got?
I thank God it went to a thing. You mean how goes the Netta? Oh, I was wondering what is Netta? It's going alright. We're getting the shit pushed in a bit, but it feels like we're turning it around a bit. Yeah, don't worry about it, David. Tell you what would be good. Like crunchy Reese's Pieces. They should make that. That'd be good. You like put some Reese's Pieces in the freezer. I need to shout that. Bug brownies. Now you just sound like John. What are you? A weird barrel, I guess. Ooh, I wonder if there's a secret wall in the same place. Also, I wonder if I can remember where the secret wall is. Also, that's a really well hidden mussel find. Does Johnny bugs? Not that I'm aware, but like, he's usually the one to bring up bugs. Wouldn't shock us if he had at some point. Defeat all enemies within the time given. Alright. Straightforward enough. I'm gonna be real, these trench swords seems pretty strong. It's been a while since I played through this, and that went quite well.
You've been naughty.
Who says that? Who says the bugs are the peanuts of the future? Hazelnuts, like not hazelnuts, peanuts are kind of like not the best nut, man. There are much better nuts than peanuts. I feel like hazelnuts don't get enough love. Cashew nuts are pretty good, but I can't eat loads of cashew nuts. You've got pistachio nuts are very good, but they're very expensive. But of all the available nuts, I feel like peanuts are probably like maybe a C. Brazil nuts are just too big. Walnuts are good, but they're too fatty, too greasy. Don't know what it is though, but there's something really cool about shooting a bunch of bullets and the bullets stacking up.
We will be overrun soon. Gather at the clock tower.
It's just
We must
style, man.
defend it
Pure
with all
style.
our strength.
You sound a lot like me.
You're... You?
It's a shame it doesn't have the best, there's not a lot you can do in terms of combo paths. Like there's no delay combos or anything, you know? And it limits what you can do a bit. Oh yeah, no, I get it. Like, insects are very nutritionally dense. It's very much just a cultural issue that people don't like them. That's the thing that people that we need to get past with selling them over here. Is that bugs are icky. I guess it says a lot of how your culture affects that sort of stuff.
Is that all you've got? So close.
Even you look at something like kombucha, which right, you got fermented stuff. I don't mind fermented stuff. Fermented stuff's pretty good for the in general. You got something like kombucha, which is just it's straight off got like bacterial cultures growing in it. Step too far. But I guess if you're used to it, then you're used to it. There's plenty of people who think something like miso sounds absolutely disgusting. It's just fermented soybean oil. That's pretty good. Did you ever get Revels over there? Or anything like Revels? Revels are essentially, it's a mix of, there's like just chocolate, there's toffee ones, there's, I think it was peanut ones, there's, what else was there in the Revels? The idea was essentially that, oh, that's pretty cool. I like the split screen. The idea was there was essentially just all these different flavours, and they used to sell it, the advert was, God, it was like, you know, Hot Shot, not Hot Shots. Yeah, and Hot Shot's part of the, I know it was riffing off some movie, but you've got the, it's like the prisoner wars and the prisoner of war camp, and you're doing like the head-to-head thing, and this was essentially the Revels, and you had to pick a Revels, and it was like a roulette. And the guy at the end, he gets the coffee one, and it's like, ooh. Which I agree with, coffee flavoured things are vile. But it's a good idea, like, it's just a grab bag of different shit. When you're not quite sure what exactly you want. Is there a thing up here still? Ah, they moved the thing. There used to be a thing up there. Sphere embedded the wall is emitting wondrous light and resonant sound, getting close to makes it glow brighter. It's as if it has some sort of ability to respond to a witch's power built in. I mean, they weren't good quality, but the idea was sound, is what I mean. Like, I like the idea. In theory, Revels are the fighting game of food to me. I like them in theory. Oh, Christ, that's just a whole ass sentence, isn't it, that I just said. I thought I dodged that laser. I guess the laser is a continuing theme. Oh, what was the round trees ones? Yeah, like the round trees randoms. They're alright. And if you got like a foam gnome or something in your packet, you could redeem it for a prize or something. All of this to cut a long story short. To say that the grab bag idea is a pretty solid one. Even if it's not the best executed at all times. trying to think of anything else that's done that before. Or something like it. But those are the only two that come to mind. Is Revels and Roundtrees, Roundies. Yeah, it's a Zappy thing. We've been here before. Look at me chainsaw skate across the wall, just like Jesus did. Oh yeah, I've got this thing, don't I? I didn't realise I could get hit out of that. I guess because normally things can't get close enough to knock you out of it. There must be something else that did something similar. I guess Haribo is sort of, I guess. When you get a pack of Haribo, there's a mix of shit, but it's all just the same shit, isn't it? Just different colours and shapes. I didn't even know there were Starburst jelly beans. Or as my dad would often say, they're not bloody Starburst, they're opal fruit, you kids don't know what it used to be like. Didn't they bring back opal fruit actually? This hand is actually really difficult to hit. Maybe the whips will help? Oh, he's gone, never mind. I like that it's just an accepted mode of transportation here that will just turn into into panthers. Is this where I want to be? Okay, we'll go back up here. Okay, so we just skipped out half the bridge, I guess. I'm not a big fan of jelly beans, man. I don't know what it is. I think it might be like... It's not really a shell, but... It's kind of a shell. I don't know how you describe it. The coating, the outer layer. Not a big fan of that. I prefer a jelly baby to a jelly bean. Jelly babies are alright, but you can't have too many of them. It gives a headache if I have too many jelly babies. And I do accept that jelly babies and jelly beans are pretty much the same thing, just in a different form factor. No, nothing around the corner. Cool. Well, if you eat the baby, you don't have to look after the baby, so yeah. Also, most beans are shit. Most beans are kind of terrible. Like, I feel like chickpeas are... Oh. Chickpeas are a bean, aren't they? And I'm like, chickpeas are not. I don't get people who are super into chickpeas. I think it's just vegetarians who can't eat anything else. Kidney beans, too mushy. Like, some beans are fine, but like, most varieties of bean are pretty terrible. And beans are pulses as well. Beans are a pulse.
Time to do business. What's your pleasure?
Black beans alright, black-eyed... A black-eyed pea's a pea or a black-eyed pea's a bean? I want to say they're a pea. I mean a bean. Despite the nomenclature. I can't really afford anything, can I? I could get another... Oh fuck, let's just buy these. Then we have them. Okay, so there are two different things, I see. I find them repulsive. Oh, well done. It's the texture, man. Baked beans are alright, they're better with sausages, but baked beans are alright. Which are just haricot beans, aren't they? Haricot beans and a cheap tomato sauce. I don't mind refried beans too much, but that's mostly because they're in like a burrito or something. And while I'm not a big fan of mushy food, I feel like just textures meld together in a burrito. Texture becomes a meaningless concept in a burrito.
Is that all you've got?
If you have a burrito and you complain about texture, you're in the rude, you're in the wrong food, in the wrong food category. I wasn't sure which stick it was. It was the one I wasn't turning. Kidney beans are just too mushy. There's too much mush in a kidney bean. Also, they're poisonous if you don't cook them right. And I mean, if you get them in tin, you're fine, but you know, generally in life, I try to avoid poisons. We got this too. Oh, okay, don't waste that. Okay, I was going to say we got the charged bullet, but we can't use the gun until we get rid of these big claw things. Can I get back over here? There is a thing over there. Right, okay, we're going to jump in the lava and see if that resets it. Right, want that. As John would say, we're going to turn into a bird. Oh, shit. Okay. We'll try that again. Pinto beans are the ones used in burritos. I'll be honest, it's not a cuisine I'm super familiar with. At least as much as others is Mexican. Okay. All I know about fava beans is they eat them with liver and Chianti. And I'm not a big fan of liver unless... Please. Thank you. I'm not a big fan of liver unless it's as a pate. So I probably won't like fava beans. Ooh. Free chest. Don't mind if I do. Butter beans again, too mushy. It's the texture, I'm not a fan. And I accept that most beans are pretty mushy, but I think they're too big. They're too big and so there's too much mush. I have recently decided, as of now, that the main contributor to whether a bean is good is the size. Because the smaller the surface area to volume ratio, the more skin you have, and proportionally the less mush. Because the skin at least gives it some bite. This is my unified theory of beans. I think I said black beans were alright. I'll tell you what were good. So you got Heinz's baked beans, they're fine. But what is good is Heinz's baked bean 5 bean in the black packaging. They're pretty good. They just had a bit more flavour to them. I feel like the this is the randomness we've been missing. I feel like it's not random. It's a well thought out, structured theory based on experience and rigorously gathered evidence. To be fair, I was half expecting after yesterday to have to put out a tier list of potato products, just to finally settle the matter. But yeah, I feel like the sauce you get in a lot of like baked beans is just a bit too sweet. Oh, I did not even need close up to his face. I do like that because she's in the past, she's using Gamora, but we don't have Gamora anymore because we killed Gamora after the incident at the tower. That might be it. That might be why I find them too sweet, is because we took the salt out, which would make them seem quite sweet by relatively. Beanery. Oh, Beanery does not sell well. I'm not a fan of Beanery. Jesus, we unlocked a lot of them that we will never use because nobody plays this in the co-op online anymore. Right, the witch hunts. We ain't got much money. We'll keep going. I feel like anything with reduced salt is not a good shout though. There's a reason that restaurants tend to use a lot of butter, a lot of oil, and a lot of salt. Back to the cans. Oh yeah, we get mecha. Forgot about the mecha. Smith back here? No. Got mecha shoots, we got punches. We got kicks. Cool. It's a good shout if you have gout, just have to do it for the rhyme. Oh, okay, so one of the people at work he's been having this thing with a foot. It's been playing up. He's been sprawling, so everyone's been like, "Guess you have the gout." Not a fan of it, especially because he's like what, 24. 24 is quite young to have the gout. To be fair. I feel like gout is one of those things that you have to. It's not. You don't have gout. You have the gout. You know. Gout is definitely an ailment that comes with the. Although if it comes to that, I'm having trouble thinking of another one that also brings with it. Maybe it's just gout. Maybe it's just that's the only one that gets it there. Oh, I heard violent sounds. I heard the enemy sounds of people spawning. Where are they? Maybe they're further up. Oh, it's these boats. Hate those boats. Hate those boats so much. There's got to be another disease that gets us there. Why can't I think of any? I'm trying very hard. But all that comes to mind is like the hepatitis, and that's yeah, but you can't. The clap came to mind, but the clap's very much a colloquial term. The doctor isn't going to tell you that you have the clap, for example. He's going to tell you to call up all your previous partners in the last couple of months because you have gonorrhea. Doctor's not going to be, oh mate, bad shout, you got the clap. Ooh. Hello. Why is everything broken in Bioware? Like, you never find just like a moon pearl or a crystallized heart or whatever it is. Everything got to be broken. People don't take very good care of the moon pearls. Or maybe these are the equivalent of bins, and we're just looking through the garbage. They might in an effort to seem more relatable. Yeah, that seems like a good way to get a malpractice suit or something. Defeat all enemies. Defeating enemies will restore the timer. We can kill this guy in 23 seconds, hopefully. Like 18. There we go. Told you we could do it. I wasn't worried. I wasn't worried in the slightest. I will say it does. It does probably say a bit of what I was saying the other day about how this game is considered easier. The fact that I've managed to do all of these so far, or at least all the ones I've found. I might have missed a couple. So remind you stuff though. It's a Mitchell and Webb sketch. And it's about a doctor. Wait, it's about the patient, I guess, primarily. Or it's presented from the perspective of the patient, who had a routine hip surgery. But the surgeon thought it would be funny to put a squeaker in his hip so he squeaks every 10 minutes. I mean, it would be, quite frankly. But I guess some people can't take a joke. Because I guess the patient is on TV complaining. Oh, there's the woman who she had like a bladder surgery or something, and they put a slow-release capsule of sherbet, I think it was, in her bladder, so that it fizzes every time she pees. And she admits, to be fair, she does have the sense to admit that it was quite funny. It'll make hide and seek very difficult. So I suppose if you made a living as a hide and seek champion, or in competitive hide and seek, which I'm sure has to exist on some level, maybe it wouldn't be funny then. Maybe you could reasonably have a lawsuit that is impacted your earning ability with his joke, but for most people it's just a good laugh, isn't it? cool ass backflip. Why did we have to fight this guy in water, man? We couldn't do cool ass backflips in water.
So close.
I appreciate a backflip that launches missiles, that's all I'm saying. This is less so.
Almost. So close.
But there's jokes like that is why I think that we need things like more sketch jokes. Because it's the only kind of thing you're going to see a joke in, like that in it. Jesus Christ, there's another one going as well as I like. The spinning thing. But you're not going to get that in like a sitcom or some shit, man. You need the sort of like the quick fire, low commitment style of humour to, I think, encourage those sort of weirder jokes. Like we're never going to get
Got you.
a long form version of Number One.
Got you.
But we definitely got a good few sketches of Number One. And I don't think anyone is going to argue that Number One is not peak comedy. Anyone who says they do not appreciate Number One cannot be trusted.
Almost. Is that all you've got?
So I haven't actually looked at. Has anyone looked at the recent version of what was it called? Not have I got news for you, man. What's it called? Whose line is it anyway? Oh, it absolutely would. It would melt your brain just as much as the poison gas melts the brain of Number One contestants.
Is that all you've got?
But it's a similar sort of vein to Whose line is it anyway? So that's sort of like, it's quick fire, it's low committal. That lets you, that encourages the much weirder sort of humour.
So close.
And I at least enjoy that sort of humour, even if it doesn't all hit. Also, to be fair, I think you'd have a hard time convincing anyone to actually produce something like Number One.
Is that all you've got? Almost. Got you.
Especially on British TV, where sometimes I have people writing in over a raunchy word or joke on bloody countdown. Although I will say, as much as I think Jimmy Carr's an absolute hack and a terrible comedian, I do quite like 9 out of 10 Cats does countdown. There's something quite amusing about Countdown with a teardown. Especially who do you call her? The one who does the numbers, who does the numbers now. She's quite funny on it, actually, to be fair.
So close.
And you can tell she quite enjoys doing it. Like not having to worry about being on daytime TV so much. Exactly, and you can tell it's absolutely the kind of people in top knobs. Or plain unchocolated digestives. Rachel Riley, that's the one. You can tell Rachel Riley enjoys doing it. I unlocked them. I don't know what they are. We'll nip to the shop. We've got a decent chunk of cash. The question is, do we get a second version of a weapon?
No shoes, no shirt, no service.
Or do we get...
Hair doesn't count. Just kidding.
Or do we get another heart? Well, I think they get away with it because it's on a later time block, innit? Oh, okay. Took us a second. Don't know I expected anything else, to be fair. We'll get heart. We'll go boring. We got enough weapons as it is, I think. You see what them earrings do? I've never actually used them. I think they're an accessory. Don't have any other accessories on. I do like the chainsaw feet though. Why has no one invented chainsaw skates before now? Never expect us to take the higher road, no. It was foolish of me, really. Naive, if nothing else. Alright. Accessories are on this tile? Okay, so they're not accessories. Are they one of these? No. Oh, maybe I have to buy them. Might have to buy them. We'll check next time we go to the shop. That might be why I've never used them. The only accessory I ever really do use is the Moon of Mahakala for the palette. There's some other good ones. There's stuff you can get like summon some aliens and shit, but like, nah, not really careful. I feel like I don't know the movesets well enough as it is to add other shit. I think as well, to be fair, these are all, up until this point, all the enemies that we fought have been new to this game. And these couple of levels. It's all, or at least mostly ones from the previous. And again, it does show that this one's a bit easier. Just because the absolute shit to the DP, or the Umbrella Climax. I'm going to keep referring to it as DP, so that's what it is. Oh, I also pressed right button, didn't I? Sugar? Ah, there's hoping for sugar. I'll do it actually, I should work on getting some time. Just for continuous shooting is when you buy the platinum ticket, you unlock a boss fight with Rodan. And if you beat him, you get the weapon Rodan. And what that does is essentially it makes your moveset. It's like a transforming weapon, I guess. It's a moveset of all of the angel weapons, and in this one the demon weapons as well. And I would like, I've never bothered to unlock it because that's a lot of heroes, but like, who doesn't want infinite tuber? Endless tuber action is a good kind of action, you know? Let's hit him over there. When we were doing that one where we couldn't hit the ground, it turned out the best thing is just to spam this. We're hitting all the way over there. We might find out at the end of the stairs there if you want to know. Just chainsaw him in the face. Or perhaps like one of the people that was really claimed his father would do to him, pitchfork him in the penis. Because he was courting a girl who already had a boyfriend at the time. And he got very drunk, so drunk that his accent turned to Liverpudlian, he was slurring that badly. And he was terrified that his dad was going to come to pitchfork him in the penis to teach him a lesson, to use the exact terminology he used. And then we had to drag him back to his dorm, like properly drag him back. And we just sort of left him in his bed, and thankfully he didn't die of vomiting in his own mouth or anything. Which is always nice. Right, so this is the clock from the first game, I guess, at the introduction. I've never put that back two and two together, because if it comes to it, I've never played the two games that close together. Schubert. And that's why pitchforks became banned in England. Yeah, it was a brutal case, really. The Met had never seen anything like it before. Yeah, he didn't die of alcohol poisoning. He in fact later died of blood loss from his penis after he got pitchforked right there. It's quite impressive aim, really, by his dad when you think about it. The gaps between
Oh, so sorry, love.
the tines of a pitchfork are pretty
Little one.
pretty wide.
Here to guide you as always. Someone
I mean, you
sent
get them in
back
the leg
500
alright,
years,
but
it seems.
penis in general isn't that wide a target.
I see you've already discovered the truth. They
Have
don't
we?
call you the left eye a
This
lot, do they?
What truth? I was busy talking about someone getting stabbed with a penis with a
Who
pitchfork.
are you? Never mind.
I'd
that.
better not get an opportunity to use this
Something more
tuber,
important to talk about,
because
my
if this
dear.
is the end of the level, I
and
will
the
not be happy,
sage
because I want to
are
use this
still
tuber.
alive. Trifling creatures, both of them. I must be rid of them as soon as possible. I want what they have.
Also, when did he get so edgy?
I want back what is mine.
And blue.
The eyes of the world.
What?
The other me escaped to the future, and I can't let him have them. which is why I must see you eliminated, my dear.
I'm gonna be real, the whole my dear thing, bit cringe. Oh, was that I got one shot with my tuber and I missed. Almost makes me wish that I didn't get to use the tuber, because it would have at least been less embarrassing.
Is that all Hate is all I got you. So close.
So I don't know how I've explained it properly, but every weapon in this has a hold ability on this weapon. On this attack. So this one, it extends essentially how many frames you hit damage for. And I need to be careful when using it because I don't think you can dodge while you're doing it. And I feel like I'm getting hit a lot because of it. Look man, why do you think I was practicing the tuba? The tuba was just a means to the end. That's why that's why I'd rather be punched in the throat by my damn butterfly than stepped on by the DMC, not DMC, Resi 8 lady. It's because she punched a meteor. No, she didn't even punch a meteor, sorry, she headbutted a meteor. That's just... That's what you want in a woman. Get you a woman who can headbutt a meteor. Because nobody's interested in the squeeze box, man. Squeeze box ain't gonna do you any favours. You want... The tube is good lit practice, man. That's all I'm saying. You see a guy who plays a tuber and you know, that's a guy who, you just know that's someone who knows how to tightly wrap his lips around a tight little nozzle. It's like a violinist, but with everyone says violinists know how to use the hands, but the tuba player, that's the dark horse of the musical world.
And now, if you'll excuse me, my dear.
I mean, do you know how well do you know Harold Bishop from Neighbours? Better than me, probably. I don't know who Harold Bishop from Neighbours is.
If I got it right,
But
this
I
gate
don't know.
should lead to...
Did he suck dick well? At least on Neighbours.
Kid! Hey, pull yourself together.
Oh, sweet, he's dead, finally.
Luca, was it? You know the way to Fimbulventer, right? Please, take me there. I remember. I remember everything. I have to hurry.
Are you nuts, kid? We need to get you patched up.
Neighbours is just like Australian EastEnders, though, isn't it? Yeah.
Please take me to Fimbulventer, or the world will end. He and I, we are good and evil. Evil cannot be all that is left.
What?
Keep us safe with this. It's my trump card. Please,
It's got a hole in it.
just take me there.
Girls passing out in front of me I'm used to. But this is unbelievable. Well, I guess it beats addicting toddlers to lollipops.
I mean, what did he do in that van though? Like, you got to pay for all that fuel somehow. No gubbins? No gubbins. Oh, this is why I kept falling into the hole in the first game, innit? Roadhead, exactly. Yeah.
You've been naughty.
The more erotic version of roadkill.
Got you.
It's like those guys who sell like mangoes on the
Almost.
side of the road for it.
Is that all you've got? So close.
I'm really hoping this guy gives us some help. So I could do with some help. Tiny bit of help.
Is that all you've got?
Oh sweet, he gives some more. That'll work. What I will say is someone who doesn't drive, it's not something that's ever come up, but it seems wildly unsafe. Where you get roadside manga. From the guy who said who sells roadhead, it's important to diversify your business. Pardon me. You know, if the head business, you know, it's not working out, you can always fall back on the on selling manga. And you know, sometimes manga can double up as a good tugbook strategy as well. So you know, got multiple revenues of, or rather, multiple paths of revenue there. Oh, I hate this already. Defeat enemies without touching the ground once. However, maybe we can cheese it again. What the? Wait, this is bullshit. That is actual bullshit. By which I mean, it doesn't look like my cheesing it strategy is going to work, so we're going to have to come up with something else. I'm trying to dodge instead of change a weapon. I'm hoping once I get to him, I can the chainsaws are going to give us enough time in the air. Right. There's got to be a way to do this. And I'm not going to try and figure anything else out. We're just going to keep trying the same thing and hopefully it'll work. So I think we want to not get hit by him. That might help. Actually, this is worth checking. Do we get a second jump after we turn into a bird? Double jump. Bird. No, we don't get an extra jump. Okay. It just gives us more time. You'll have to forgive me, I'm concentrating very hard. Sure, we'll try some bullshit. We've tried enough bullshit. Let's try... Oh, I cannot use... Okay. Turns out we cannot use the things that give you more damage. Maybe. What kind of get with this? Not with that. Not great. That doesn't help either. As annoying as this might be the first one I have to give up on. Because we're not even close. We're not even close to this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I think I might have to. Yeah, not thrilled about that, but I'll still take how we're doing all right on them so far, at least. If that's the only one that we missed, then and that's not going to be too bad. On the other hand, what the hell is this bullshit? Please don't waste all my time on that one. We have 15 seconds. Yeah, we broke this one. Oh, I just realised it's just said connecting to chat. Did I drop connection there? Have we lost a bit? Are we back in? It does it sometimes. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Shit. Probably why there's not a lot of Northern England streamers. We haven't got the best internet in the world. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully we're not dropping too much. I was about to say let us know if it becomes a problem, but I guess I won't know if it becomes a problem because I won't be connected to anything. Right. Okay, right, we're just gonna wait for this to reset. Is this gonna be the Is this gonna be the Belry gets his shit pushed in by a side content thing? Right, we're gonna go. We need to start on here because we can't get enough height otherwise to get up there. We get that, and then we get this one. Nah, I fucked it, haven't I? Never mind. Touchdown. Hopefully it doesn't end like that one where I was testing out this capture thing and just the internet completely dies due to a power cut, because that would be a subpar. So I guess this isn't where we were going. Something else down here then? Oh, we just go in here. Okay, never mind, there was a door. Oh, sup fam. Literal fam, because I guess he's me dad.
Rosa!
It's Gambit. Actually, Gambit was pretty cool.
Rosa!
Gambit was pretty cool fucking X-Men.
Saw the emblem on
Or
his
X-Man.
forehead. He's the one you're really after.
What?
They've got different forehead things?
We need to get back to my time. We can open a portal from here.
Can we? But no, Gambit was that just the right blend of like 90s cool and like camp. Oh yeah, what's he got to say about his dead wife? Balder draws close to Rosa. He was overcome with grief. I'd be embarrassed too if someone killed my wife with a fucking playing card. And I couldn't stop them. It's like, playing card, man. It's got like a big glaive thing and angels you can summon.
Balder! Dimensional portal is opening! We need to get back to my time!
I love it. It's utter nonsense.
Quickly!
I love it.
There's no time!
Surely, if we can travel through time, there's plenty of time. Surely.
Please take care of Cereza, our dear sweet child will awaken to her potential. She will awaken to the eyes of the
Like in any time travel story, surely it's always like, oh no, we have to get to the portal. We're running out of time. But like, you can time travel, man. Just go back 5 minutes ago. Not that big a deal. Unless I guess they're destroying the Stargate or some shit.
Mummy.
That's a weird spell on a mummy. Like, in the context of mother. Surely you'd spell it with an O. Like mom. Although she's dead, so maybe she is a mummy now. You never know. Oh, actually, one sec. I just noticed the how many frames we've dropped. We have dropped 2,013 frames. Maybe, wait, we knew it wasn't. But maybe it's not the best capture idea in the world, or capture solution. But it does the job, I guess. How are we doing for cash? Got 60 grand. You can probably buy something for 60. We could buy the second Undyne, but I'm not a big fan of Undyne.
No shoes, no shirt, no
You can probably tell by the fact I've used it not a
doesn't
lot.
count. Just kidding. What'll it be?
We could get Undyne, but we're not going to get Undyne. Can't get any of them. I think the cheapest ones are 100. We've got all the techniques. 90 for a witch heart. Exactly. We'll buy a heart. A pearl, rather. Do like a bad time travel movie though. Can't go wrong with a bit of Time Cop. Something good about just the right amount of schlock.
What is this place?
We're in my time. But there's not a moment
It's the
to
exact
explain.
same place we
need
were
to get to
before,
the
but
sacred
like
mountain now.
What is upon the mountain?
I know 100 years, I
I don't
guess.
know.
She was
But it's
unconscious
where
for
the
100
God
years,
who
wasn't she?
created the eyes of the world
100 and a
once
bit
lived.
years in the
Now
future.
someone is after that power.
The eyes.
Those
How can we reach
earrings
that
must
place?
really like
We are
poke into
invaded.
the side of her neck. Like they're really pointy.
Time to jump.
Jump.
It wasn't a quest. Go!
Have you lost your sanity?
Sanity is a requirement for our
And
I mean-
your kind are?
the kind of witches you don't fuck.
You kind of have to just give up on
I have
like
to admit,
plot holes
I
and shit
like
when
you
it's
much better
time
this
travel
way,
stuff.
Balder. You actually shut up and follow directions.
I do what I choose. Tell me, how do you know my name?
It's just the name I heard that
one of
witch,
those faces,
the one
I
you
guess.
called Rosa, call out to you. Anyway, this should get us to Fimbulventer at Mach speed.
I would not be so sure of that, witch.
My.
I guess it goes back to the whole
Working together. I suppose if they can get along,
suspension
we
of
can as
disbelief
well.
from the other day. Like you just really have to give up
Consider
on it
this a
when it comes to time
momentary
travel stuff.
truce, at least until the encroachers are punished.
Well, that's one way. of putting it.
Tell you what I've been watching. I've been watching something called
Time to tango.
Vivi's Song of the Fluorite Eyes is his full name, but we will henceforth refer to it as Vivi. Oh, please. So we're going to get... Okay, it's not doing that camera thing, sweet. But yeah, this Vivi thing. It is. So the plot is really good actually. It's like some really good sci-fi shit. But the plot is in the future, because it always happens in the future. But in the future, AIs have done what AIs do and killed all the people. And so this guy sends, I guess, an AI back to the past, 100 years in the past, to the first autonomous AI. Like, it's a program, I guess, and he sends it back to the first autonomous AI, who is essentially a Vocaloid with a body that works in an amusement park, or is in an amusement park, I guess. And they've tasked it with stopping a series of events, I guess, that lead to the robot uprising. But like, all of these events are like 15, 20 years apart each other. It's quite interesting because it's like, obviously it's the same main character, but it's fairly considerable times apart. And I'm doing a very bad job of recommending it, but it's very good. It's a very good show. About 4 episodes deep. It's on Funimation if you're interested. I think, sorry, I can forgive the time travel, but I was saying, I think it's because anything with time travel can't take itself too seriously. Or it is taking itself seriously, has to do it really seriously. And therefore has to take like the time travel part really seriously. I don't know, maybe I'm just not a fan of singing. Maybe that's all it is. Is this like... Is that the Marie Kondo thing? If it does not spark joy, throw it away sort of thing? There are things that spark joy, but it's a subjective term, what sparks joy. It just so happened... Why is he got bombs? Can they just straight up bombs? It just so happens that people singing in public about why their relationship's failing, or how everyone should call him Mr. Cellophane, because people just look right through him, see right by him. Does not spark a lot of joy for me, although I did actually quite enjoy Chicago. I don't mind Chicago. Chicago's pretty good. But I think that's mostly just because of the musical style of Chicago. He is alone when he sings it, to be fair, but he is also not, because he's in front of an audience. It's there's a dichotomy there. Oh shit, we aren't doing so hot. Have we got any lollipops? Maybe it just comes down to as simple as I'm not a fan of the kind of music that they sing in musicals. Because like I said, I do quite like, or I at least enjoy Chicago. Maybe I've just been overthinking it all this time. Who would have thought that would be a thing that could happen? Is it John C. Reilly in the film version of Chicago? So I want to say it's John C. Reilly. I have not seen Repo. Is it Repo the thing about like we have to take back all of your organs because you failed to pay the loan that you used for your organ surgery? So Jason Statham's here to take all of your kidneys. It do be that, man. It is John C. Reilly. I like John C. Reilly, man. John C. Reilly he's a good actor. Well, he's not like the best actor, but he's a good comedic actor at least. It's a genetic opera. What is a genetic opera? We've got like aniline and thymine. No, there. Are they the bases or are they the? I think they're. What do you call them? Amino acids, not bases. But you know what I mean. It's Repo's tagline. Ah, fair. I think you've mentioned Hedwig in the Andy, so that rings a bell, but the problem is when everyone says Hedwig, it immediately puts me in mind of Harry Potter, and I can't stand Harry Potter. Because I grew up in that time period when everyone was super into Harry Potter, but Harry Potter's kind of shit, if we're being honest. It's not that good. If you've got your bingo cards, there's a controversial opinion for you, I guess. So does that mean, is Repo the film with Jason Statham stealing people's kidney the opera Repo?
Well, at least your little
That'd be pretty cool.
charm got me where I needed to go, right? We're here, kid. Right on the front door of that temple you were so damn determined to get
Same
to.
with Doctor Who, if I'm going to say it again.
Roll out the red carpet for us.
Like the whole Whovian thing, Doctor Who's alright, it's not that good, man. Although I think the thing that got people to get really into Doctor Who is mostly just, what you call him, Scottish actor.
Wrong one, mate.
Shit, what's his
You should be
name?
looking for your better half.
He's completely gone. But you know who I mean, the Scottish actor.
You've got your memories.
The one Scottish actor.
Convenient.
Actually, no, there's two
But
Scottish
you're
actors. There's
certainly not looking like
James McAvoy and the one that I'm thinking of. The one who isn't James McAvoy.
the only thing you have to offer me is your
The one who is in
power.
Doctor Who.
Then you will be truly worthless.
David Tennant, that's the guy. Yeah, that's the guy. I don't know who Michelle Gomez is. I assume she was in Doctor Who. I didn't watch Doctor Who, really.
Hurry to the temple.
Ewan McGregor hasn't done anything since, like, bloody Live Aid. So he doesn't count. I haven't seen Green Wing, sorry. I feel like there's some of the if your orange are taking a hit, okay. We got this, maybe. Oh shit, no, maybe we don't.
Is that all you've got?
I was hoping to be a bunch of small, squishy enemies. How's it going? We're doing alright, Eden. I think we're coming up to the towards the end of it, to be honest. So you caught it just in time. We might, depending when we end, we might pivot to, maybe do some of that Jumsy Eat Us horror game we did last time. I finished something early. James McAvoy's Scottish, isn't he?
Is that all you've got?
He's been in things recently. Like, nobody's been in much recently with COVID, but... Well, I know there's the two Scottish actors. One is James McAvoy, and the other one is the one that isn't James McAvoy, also known as David Tennant. Yeah, relative to the conversation of rigging the bingo cards, I feel like there's definitely some categories that are easy to rig. For example, I have not seen a thing. It's pretty easy. You just you just list a movie, and chances are that I haven't seen it. Although I suppose the only thing you're cheating, surely there's got to be something over here, is yourself. Is my teachers would tell me during GCSEs and A-levels exam, if you cheat, the only thing you cheat is yourself. But also the system, which is kind of what I think most people who were cheating was going for. Again, man, Jared Butler hasn't done anything since that terrible film where he was like an avatar and people used to play. It was like Avatar but gay, not Avatar. Actually, no, didn't he do a terrible film recently about where like there was an earthquake or something? But again, Jared Butler's been like films. You can't count Jared Butler. Do you want to have from the shop? Got like 70. Might buy some lollipops just in case. As much as I prefer not to use them.
Time to do this.
Yeah, we don't want to undyne alt. Undyne's a bit now. Bit too slow. Oh, I can only buy one of them. Okay. I'll buy another moon pill, why not? If you're going to count Jared Butler, you may as well count Sean Connery. He's dead. At least I think he's dead. When was the last time they made a How to Train Your Dragon movie? Yonks ago. Maybe tonight is the night. Fingers crossed, Eden.
To Fimbulventer.
2019, yeah, that's like practically an eternity away.
Of the Overseer, the Umbra Witch.
Considering 2020 actually took like 3 years.
Now,
like that's 5 years ago.
Everything has fallen into place.
Bayonetta, get out of...
Yeah, snap that child's neck.
This is
Do it,
what
you coward.
I promised you. And revenge. Accept it.
I like
freely.
that his hair and his cloak form a square, or at least a diamond shape. That's a commitment to the look.
That is your revenge? Is this not the one who destroyed
Well,
your
look, man.
world? Who destroyed
Jared Butler's career is dead, so you may as well, you know what I mean? It's the same thing.
all you hoped to see.
Why is there a lot of angry graffiti about Sean Connery? Is it because of that time he played a Spanish person? Or because of all of the, like, times he beat his wife? Probably the latter. Now that I think about it. Do you know what it is, man? Every time that people become swap sides and be on your side, they get really shit. Like, he got his shit absolutely served to him.
The two of us were once a single being. However, this half said
He's
he
doing
would
pretty well when he
awaken
was, like,
humans
against
to the
us.
truth of their existence. So he divided our divine power.
Yeah, but those don't count now yet, like, to be fair.
souls in two. We should have become mere shells. But
And who's going to watch any of them anyway? You know, like...
left behind a certain
got them going doesn't mean everyone's going to see them.
In order to protect the balance our split brought the world.
I mean, you can't say that and not share pictures at some point of the graffiti.
To freely control the eyes of the world.
I will grant you a grace period of, let's say, 3 days
This one
to acquire pictures of this graffiti.
miscalculation.
After
Not
which,
accounted for the
I'll be
power of evil
severely disappointed
intent
there's no
which
pictures of it.
grew as humans prospered.
Yeah, exactly. Eden knows where it's at.
I couldn't use the sovereign power to control the eyes, so instead, I used the evil.
What the fuck
eyes
is
of
Naya
humans
Legend of the Golden Dolphin?
to
You say that
begin
as
to
if anybody has a clue what that'll be.
of the ancient god. And all that remained is taking back the one power I do not
It sounds terrible,
yet have.
whatever it.
The sovereign power. The power this one held within. You managed to escape 500 years before, but it was merely a waiting game. Waiting.
Everything happens a long time ago in this, doesn't it?
to be reborn.
Like, I was asleep for like, it was either 100 or 500 years ago.
For our powers to become one again.
He was like, separated for 500, you know?
To ascend to the throne.
Everything happened
as
500
a
years ago.
God of chaos. Now, my better half. It is time to restore your sovereign power to my hands. I
Oh,
now
he's
have the power
thing.
to control the eyes as I wish. Shall I start?
Now it's a different shape. Can't trust shapes, man. Always turning on you.
He is nothing but an empty container to me now. I have no more use for
His hair reminds me of Coneheads. That's the vibe I'm getting from this.
It is time I receive your power, witch.
Don't worry, I got. Show him your stuff, Bayonetta.
Since when did Luca have theme music?
Just some
Sure.
fool always swinging in out
I don't know why
of
anyone would
nowhere.
be surprised that something called Naya Legend of the
Absolutely
Golden Dolphin
impeccable
looks
timing.
awful. Or in fact
Suppose
awful.
not even a god can see him coming.
Gods do not concern
Like,
themselves
surely
with
the name is enough of a
machinations
hint
of
itself.
innocence. Now, the left eye of Death.
No, there's a princess. Where was the princess mentioned in the title?
Then just try
Is she
to
the
take it
is she a
back.
golden dolphin who is a princess, or
You've
she's a princess of
destroyed
golden
more than
dolphins
you
as well?
know.
It's not terribly clear.
Is that all you've got? So close.
Your power is not yours to wield.
Could you just stop? Just pack it in there. I'm trying to read about Naya, the dolphin princess, and you're not facilitating that.
Is that all you've got?
Maybe I was too early to judge. Maybe it turns out it's really good, but I won't know because you're not letting us read.
Is that all you've got?
You're the problem with public schools.
Not yours to wield.
So close.
What the fuck is Ark the animated series? Is it like Ark the survival game of dinosaurs? I'm actually just gonna let him kill us. Right, do you know what? Fucking do me. We'll reset. Fucking do me.
See how you this.
There we go. Hey AJ, how's tricks? Mystical primal land populated by dinosaurs and other extinct creatures. People from the human history have been resurrected. When 21st century history told us Helena Walker awakes after tragedy, she must learn to survive and find new allies or die again at the hands of ruthless warlords. Well, cover the very nature of this strange new world.
The shadow remains.
Riguchi, I think we're about to finish this, to be fair. Like I said, we might pivot to that Junji Ito's World of Horror game, just to fill a bit of time, depending how long it takes to beat this out. Really good. Really good. How was recording with everyone? Oh, also I got chainsaws for feet, so that's pretty cool. It'll all shake out on the edit. That's what editing's for, is it? Yeah, he says very happily as the guy does not do any editing. You bashed that space tiger guts. What's the difference between a regular tiger and a space tiger? Or is it like AJ's space hamster? Cool beans, Klepto. I'll catch you later. Enjoy the wonderful planet. Or at least I hope Jeff enjoys the wonderful planet. So yeah, it's like the space hamster from the other night. Oh, I can't. Oh, the geometry got in the way. Stupid geometry. They're not even really tigers. Quite like physicality. What is a space tiger if not a tiger then?
In the end, you are merely human. The eyes of the world hold power, but their power
It's just a fun shorthand fair.
of a god.
So now imagine something kind of like a saber-toothed tiger but with like shark skin
Those powers return.
and like eyes. How close am I? Oh no, that's my Kool-Aid. I need that.
And so it shall be. The power of Aesir returns to me, and I world I'm hunts it.
I like that he still keeps the haircut.
To be the overseer of this world,
He's lost the
to rule it.
little robe that keeps the shape, but he keeps the haircut, you know? It's a commitment to the bit.
Human free will is a joke. It is a worthless illusion. You need only obey me. My will shall become that of the universe.
Humans need not be
So that'd be
told
pretty
their
rad if you
will
could get
shall
like tattoos,
be.
right? But like it was actual
We
just like
can
gold,
create our
like
world
gold
with our
inlaying.
own
That'd be pretty rad.
eyes.
Or like silver.
An indulgent statement of human folly.
Like, I don't know, maybe use like some really thin, like, gold foil or something.
Idea how much turmoil and confusion you have created.
Do like ribbon cables, I guess. They're pretty flexible.
We may stumble, we may fall off the path, but we always move forward. That is the power of man. Bayonetta.
There you go, Ian. You were asking if this counts as anime the other day. Like, I'm pretty sure I've heard that speech in at least 4 or 5 different shows. To be honest, I kind of forgot you had a second phase.
Is that all you've got?
And I was hoping that would be it because I don't have a lot of health. Might be a bit late fast, but how's the volume, by the way, guys? I feel like it's very loud in my ears. I'm not sure how it's coming through on the mix. Like the music, I mean, is very loud in my ears. Jesus Christ. He's got a lot going on, I'm going to be honest. I get drawn up by the action at times. 2 seconds. Well, I've got cutscene going. We'll turn that down a bit. Is that any better? It wasn't so loud until we got to about here. Guess it's getting all like climactic and shit. Fuck. How are we doing for heals? Not great. I guess we can make some more. Much better. Cool beans. That is what we like to hear.
So close.
So I maintain, if anyone was here for the gameplay, you've come to the wrong spot.
Is that all you've got?
2, 3, 4. Cool.
So close.
I'm trying to remember all bloody all my chains as well.
So close.
Oh, I just realized the mouse is still there, sorry. Quite some... How House of the Dead. I've never played a House of the Dead game through, to be fair. I never had enough 50p's. Also, it makes us wonder what direction House of the Dead went in. They got to sparkly blue and gold, man. Sure, has anyone ever made like a light gun for guess we had perfect being fair, but has anyone made like a light gun for a PC? That'd be good crack. I could see there being a decent light gun for the PC.
I thought you were all out of cards.
The real trump card's the one you keep hidden until just the right timing, mate.
VR is where it's at, I suppose. Light guns, I guess, don't have been made somewhat obsolete.
What? The real power of Lord
Yeah,
Fear,
fair.
the god of chaos, is nothingness. The power to erase anything and everything from the world.
Yeah, I guess that's the
Even
thing.
The very eyes that created it.
Whoa! Hold on for a
He
second.
looks a lot less cool without the blue and gold, to be fair. He just looks like someone who shouldn't be allowed near schools at the minute.
Will create its own path. Human free will determine which way things go.
Worthless.
To be fair, aren't the index still expensive as shit? How long was that prompt up there? I was too busy checking chat. Oh, I forgot, yeah. You literally summoned the boss from the first game. Like a couple of years ago, I was there was a Vive in like CX, second hand, obviously, and I was quite tempted to pick one up, but like that was still a couple hundred for a second hand one. Yeah, I picked up the PS VR one, but I just didn't have the space for it, quite frankly. At least not where like I've got everything set up. Why is he so far over here? Come on, go over this way. Like, as you can see where everything is here, it's a bit cramped. Didn't really have the room unless it was like just sitting on a chair. One couldn't like move around very easily.
If it comes to this, it will just begin anew. Return to another place and time. Create a new era. One that cowers to my will.
Shit! He's trying to shed his body and return to the spirit realm. He'll just be reborn in a different era.
What are you trying to do? Do you think you can contain
Yeah, I did try it.
your sanity?
Sanity is a requirement.
I just wasn't terribly into Resident Evil 7 if it came to it.
We'll never see another era trapped inside me. Only an endless circle of time.
Mate, that's pure evil you're dealing with. It's a poison that will live inside you forever.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't designed for that in mind originally, was it?
Wrong can be made right through human hands.
Baldur!
Cereza, listen to me.
I guess that's what happened at the beginning of the game.
You know my name?
If I stray,
That's the shit that was coming out of him.
you must be the one. The one to stop me.
Balder!
Ceresa. Just one time.
This would be a lot more dramatic if I hadn't already, like, stopped him.
Daddy. Thank you. Ceresa.
Don't mind if that's what you're into. That's what you're into.
Sweet child.
Yep.
Seems like the world's still in one
Oh,
piece.
I'd say it's a line that hasn't aged well, but I'm pretty sure this game's from like 2016 or something.
You don't need the eyes of the world, love. I believe in your kind. You can create whatever future you desire.
Look, man, it knows what it is,
What will happen
and what
to
it
you?
is fun.
I'll just take a little break.
It's not exactly deep, but it doesn't need to be.
This world doesn't need me anymore, right?
Will I see you again?
Hard to say. I'll come back to this world someday. So if you're lucky, maybe we'll meet again, love.
Little one,
I'm not little, and I have a name. It's Aesir. I mean, my name is Loki. And I think you can quit treating me like a kid now.
Then I'll call you by your name when I see you again. As a man.
I maintain, man, Ratataska would have been so much better for the name because he turns into a fucking squirrel.
Bloody hell. Well, that's fine, I guess.
I get that it's not as well known, but like, is Aesir?
I know what I want to be when I grow up, right?
Aesir is a race anyway. It's like a race of like the Asgardian gods, isn't it? I don't know, I'm rusty.
See you around, Bayonetta.
Goodbye, little one. And you can call me Ceresa.
Sorry, love. But you still don't strike me as a Ceresa.
Probably more touching if it wasn't like steeped with the whole hot teacher energy in her. A whole several days. Where'd you even buy dresses like these? They're a bit much like. Yeah, man. For the sales.
Lack of acts of God doesn't hurt either.
Why'd you even get a dress like that? Like,
Can you believe
seems
they tore
wildly
my dress to
impractical.
shreds? Right about here, I think it was. Absolutely criminal. There's such a thing as a time and a place. Time. Oh.
gift wrapping's cheap though. £1 per 20. Or $1 per 20. Although it's a bit late, I suppose. They did say it was after the holiday. It was after Christmas. Christmas has been. Who's going to need gift wrapping after Christmas?
Ceresa, cat got your tongue? No. No. I'm fine.
Hey, come on. How long do I have to keep doing this? Investigative journalism is big in January.
The gates of hell goes down, and so does your anonymous source.
Oh.
Now keep driving.
All
I'll tell you who I
right,
want to know.
get it.
I want to know how Enzo's doing.
But I'm not the one with the endless tab. Where is that deadbeat anyway?
Despite him, I like Enzo. He means well.
Well, those two are getting along nicely. Now, to get those new heels. Come along, Enzo. Damn it! I forgot Enzo. Oh, I was was wondering why there
Oh yeah,
wasn't
didn't he
a
die
shot
like in that
about
police
time
in that
being
plane
shot?
crash?
Where did you leave him? He's sick. He'd wait for me in the plane. Again?
If he's been in that plane this whole time, that is a very impressive amount of fuel it carries.
Wonderful. That's the second dress in a month. Another day in the life series. Maybe you should try being nice to Enzo for a change.
Yeah, be nice to Enzo, he's a good guy. I like Enzo.
And let's save the chit-chat for later. We've got work to do. Now you're speaking my language. There's only one way
Christ.
to bring in the new year. Let's dance, boys.
He does. It's perfect for the character. I'll tell you what, that's absolutely one of my favourite things. Let me turn up a little bit. It's the Yakuza thing, primarily, but it's the whole, I'm going to pull off my entire jacket and shirt in one motion. It's so dumb and I love it. Not without tearing it, no. Plus, I need a rad, like, back tattoo. If I'm going to take that up as a... There you go, we'll turn that up a bit more. How are we there? Is that any better? It's weird that. I wonder if it's like a mixing thing or what. It's good music, man. It's really good music. I maintain the version of Moon River in this is the best version of Moon River I have ever heard. And this, nope, move that mouse out of the way. The battle theme, I can't remember the name of what's it called. It doesn't matter what it's called, but it's a really good battle theme. Oh, I just realised this is the moveset from the old game. Which is confusing considering I've been playing it with a completely different moveset. Tomorrow's Mine, that's what it's called. Tomorrow's Mine is what the battle theme's called. But no, I think, I don't know, man. Like, in this whole sort of like, the field of AAA games, not to sound like a knockoff Jim Sterling, but I feel like too many developers like don't just focus on making a fun game. And I think that's why I like Platinum so much, because they very much do. And if you want to get onto the whole video games as art thing, I think one thing that's often overlooked as part of that art is the mechanics of the game. I think that, at least in the context of something like this, a good combat system that flows well into itself, that has depth, should be considered art in and of itself. But equally, it's just fun. Like I said, that's something that I think deserves more attention. Just like making something fun. I think you have as good a story, as depth of plot, as deep a plot as you want, but what's the matter if no one's going to play it? Getting a lot of platinum medals on these, so I'm quite happy with that. If you get a trophy at the end, I hope we get a trophy. Because then I'll potentially be able to say I at least got one platinum trophy in the whole game. To mute the game so that we don't get copyright struck on that, because I suspect that might happen. I'll tell you what I'll do. I will quickly pull down to the Moon River, yeah. I will quickly nip away for 2 minutes. And I'll tell you what, why don't we'll come back, we'll look at some of we might do a bit of that World of Horror thing, just for an hour. Crack out a run of that, because that seemed like good crack when we did it that one time. But I'll catch us in a couple of minutes while I go get that sword. If you give us 2 ticks, guys. Right, there we go, that didn't take very long, did it? So, I haven't actually done this since, like, the first time we did it. In 25th of, the 25th of March, it said it was. Do 2-bit or 1-bit? Let's have, I quite like the 1-bit, actually. I like the purple as well, we're going to go with purple. What do we want to do? We've done that. Let's just go quick play. Screw it. City of Shiokawa, Japan, 1980X. Something strange is happening in our town. Road figures can be seen gathering in the woods at night. People are going missing. Disgusting creatures are terrorizing the seaside. How's the sound balance, by the way? Let us know. The rapid technological progress of the modern era brings comfort, but mostly new threats. Old gods, malicious eldritch beings who ruled the earth eons ago, are awakening as reality starts to crumble. Armed with clues, spells, and your dwindling sanity, you'll investigate mysteries across the city and in realms beyond. We're good, cool beans. An old train slows down and stops at the last station. The end of the world is at hand, and you're finally arrived in the doomed town. That guy is once again awakening from its slumber. Kathakatarasu? Kathakatarasu. We'll go with that. Blinded by its impossible to satisfy hunger, it has started to tear down the walls of its cocoon prison. Stop it before it devours all. All gods rule, you can't escape from combat encounters. Randomized item statistics. Unlocked all perk cards. I'm this guy. I found a camera. +1 knowledge. We have some strength, 5 dex, 8 perception. Cool. My home. Mailbox is empty. Back home. Think your next move. Not investigating anything. We got clothes. What clothes we got? It's a nice movie poster. A Hawaiian shirt, suit, or Chad. Oh, I'm in the Hawaiian shirt. It's the best thing. Go horror ringing. What's in the people? Right. Take a bath. What's reason like? Alright, let's just get some XP. Watch the telly. Local dentists have been found guilty of implanting dog teeth on their human patients. Motive currently unknown. Cool. We'll start a mystery. Inexplicable and morbid events have been plaguing your town for some time now. You've marked down 5 of them, hoping that there is something connecting them. You can tackle these 5 mysteries in any order you want. Beware, your decision will haunt you and you influence your yet unsolved mysteries. Oh, we have Sorrowful Saga of the Moonlight Saga. Of the Sailors, sorry. I'm out of practice reading things, it's going to take a minute. Chilling Chronicle of a Crimson Cape. Spine Chilling Story of Schoolgirl Scissors. Rotten Report of Rancid Ramen. Far Out Fable of the Fear Festival. Should we do this one? I've done this one before, so at least have an idea what's going on. Another boy from your school has disappeared. Rumour has it, a terrible woman has returned from the grave, a woman with the widest smile and the sharpest scissors. Oh, there's more. There's more bits. Your friend knew what was up. You knew your friend was up to something when he left with his notebook full of cryptic notes. I can send her back to where she belongs, he claimed. After he disappeared too, you decide to study the notebook for clues. It details a ritual that can stop the wicked woman once and for all. What's the worst thing that could happen? Your missing friend has left you a notebook. If the rumors are true, to stop the tall woman with scissors, you need for a ritual to force her material form to appear in our dimension. Accomplishing this requires first the drawing of an eldritch sigil and then lighting of holy candles. You can only hope your friend has left them somewhere around the school. Storage, what we got? Friend's diary. So that's the sigil we want. Cards are in a classroom. Okay. Explore the school, I guess. Wait, why is it suddenly dark outside? You stand by a window to take a look. Black smog emerges to the courtyard, coating everything in oily vapour. Observe the smog. Perception check success. Sludgy vapours rise slowly upward, forming this perfect spiral. You back away from the window, surprised by this curious phenomenon. Resolve the event. You feel like something horrible is happening within the school. You must try to find those items. Ooh, lockers. Let's look at the lockers. Okay. I have found a wooden bat. Need a tiny key to get into that one. Why do I need a tiny key? I've got a wooden bat. Surely you can open a locker with a bat. You enter the school bathroom to wash your face with cold water. A sudden noise behind you stops you in your tracks. One of the stall doors is open on its own. Close the door. You walk to the door and try to close it, but something is blocking it. When you look up, you see a ghostly pale hand holding the door. You back off from the toilet as the door slowly opens. A girl in a tattered uniform is standing there, her head twists unnaturally as she makes a roaring, rattling noise. The door behind you slams shut. I can't run away from combat, can I? How does this work? Can I do any... Why can't I select anything? Might leave an offering. Sever their ties to our world. Well, I didn't even know this was shit. That we could even do this. Power ritual. Most combat rituals are a combination of 5 brows and claps. Even if you don't get it right, you'll be provided with a hint. Let's go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. You think I got 1 ritual right? Okay. Shit. Right, I got 4 right. What did I do before? Battle clap, battle clap. Right, so that must have been right. I can't remember what I did. Has anyone been paying attention? Right, so I think it's clap clap. Clap. Clap clap? Right, let's just try and hit it with the bat maybe. Because it wouldn't let us just attack, would it? These are all greyed out. Yeah, because it's a ghost. What's this do? What was that? Okay, we defeated the toilet ghost, sweet. We got corpse dust. Find additional players from your diary. It seems that the blessed chalk was left in the pool. 20 experience minus 2 luck. I think not. Let's peek outside. Ah, it's this creepy guy. Hey, how you doing? Oh, bless him, he just wanted to say hi, I think. You went to the damp spelling sport wing. You noticed a backpack drifting and a swimming board in the middle of the pool. Could it be what you were looking for? You enter the pool and start swimming towards the backpack. Suddenly the water turns murky and you realise you're not alone in the pool. Bloated flicker emerges from the murky water, blocking you only way out of the pool. Oh, mate. Mate. Thanks for the follow, Gurundi Fairfeather. How you doing? Nice to catch you along. You'll have to forgive me if I don't know what I'm doing. It's because I played this once before a month ago. Blow teacher hits me. I feel like I should probably talk to some sort of child protective services for that. He disappears underwater. I don't like that. What we got? I can't run away. Meditate now. Brace for impact. Dodge? No, not that one. We'll just dodge, I guess. Name's Garrett. Oh, fantastic. Nice to have you along. I sustained a new injury, bloated. It doesn't sound good, does it? I defeated the teacher. Go me. If you have any advice, please let me know. I have no idea really what I'm doing. I found the blessed chalk. Right, so what was the sigil? What's bloated, actually? Oh, fuck. Something is moving inside your stomach. That is some alien shit right there. Friend's diary. So I want that. Like a circle? What? Oh, an upside down triangle. Okay, it's just shit drawn, I guess. Right, I think that's as close as it's gonna get. Okay. I see. Good to know, good to know. I have encountered the park guest. Hello, park guest. Oh, hello again, park guest. The sound of scissors is getting louder, I must hurry. So, here's a story about scissors. Hearing footsteps behind you, you realise you are not the only student here. A girl wearing a demon's mask starts giggling as she gets nearer. I'm just gonna beat you with my baseball bat. The young witch giggles. She stabs me with a box cutter. Fuck off. Oh shit, I'm nearly dead. She's dropped something. A steak knife. Sweet. Just what I always wanted. I found the holy candles in your friend's backpack. You lit them as instructed by the notebook. Everything is ready for the ritual. Can I heal in any way? I think we're just gonna die soon. Wait, what's that? Yeah, so when I was a kid, you take a step back as a writhing amorphous mass slowly takes shape. Soon it becomes a tall woman-like creature with 3 faces, all connected by a wide smile. Now is your chance to fight and defeat this horror. It's your only chance. So when I was a kid, my mum was cutting me haircut, as happens, or would happen, and she nearly cut my ear off. Oh, she did cut my ear off a little bit with with the scissors. Frozen in fear, you watch as she gets closer, her sharp scissors slowly cutting through your cheeks as she asks you, "Am I beautiful?" I'm dead as shit, that didn't go well. We'll give that another go. Yeah, so I don't like scissors near my head. Freaks us the fuck out. We'll just do another quick play. We'll skip all this, I think it's the same each time. Right, the supposed cause of destruction of the Library of Alexandria. A perfect black marble statue has recently been rediscovered and is currently waiting in the museum of our town for its premiere. All God's rules. Both you and enemies deal extra damage. Backstory, medical history. Disillusioned with the medical care, you know. You'll need to pay up. You start with an extra experience in bandages, but each damage can cause an injury. Discharge summary. Experience. Give me 20 experience. Cool. How do I use it? Oh, discard it. Sweet. Mailbox is empty. Take a bath and get some XP. What clothes can we get? This is the important thing. Sparring Idol, Rebel Outfit, Collection, Star. I'm feeling the jacket. It's a pretty styling jacket. Anyone perving on us? No. Let's see what the news is. What we got? We have vicious verses from a violent vigil, sorrowful saga of the sailors, scissors, crimson cape, and oh god, dude, the mermaids. The janitor was obsessed with mermaids. He's collected every scrap of the legend about them in a school basement. Now his mind has snapped. He's decided it's time to make one of his own using unfortunate students' bodies as materials. It's not what I expected, but sure. There's one thing everyone in school is talking about. Another girl from your area's gone missing. Could there be anything connecting all the missing people? I should investigate downtown next. Investigate the seaside location twice to complete this quest. Where's the seaside? There's the seaside. Let's investigate that twice. We have a friend. When did we get a friend? You can't shake the feeling that all those small dock buildings inside have some horrible secrets. Plus 2% doom. Investigate the seaside again. A sudden blast of heat grabs your attention. An older man standing next to you screams in pain as he's engulfed in fire from seemingly nowhere. As other people start to panic and help the burn victim, you spot a hooded woman standing in the distance. When she sees you, she starts to run. You can't shake off the feeling that you were the target of this attack. The hooded woman disappears behind the corner, and when you get there, she's gone, already mixed with the crowd. In a nearby dumpster, you find a sulphur-stinking hoodie and an envelope containing your photo, plus a curious incantation. You might be going crazy, but you swear something's watching you from the sea. Aethytau Flame deals 5 damage, costs 1 reason and stamina. Where's the shop? I think I don't have a weapon, so I kind of want to. I want to see if I can buy a weapon. Flashlight no, backpack no, no. Cigarettes no. Let's buy a random discounted item. It's a bottle of milk. Does the hardware shop have weapons? Get a crowbar, acid, a shovel. Let's get the shovel. Shovel sounds good. Because it gives us a small chance to get money. We wanted to investigate downtown, didn't we? Dark forces scheme against you. You don't know who you can trust anymore. Plus curse. You ask around the neighborhood and got some results. Seems all the girls attended the same school. We do have literally 0 money now, though. I guess we're going to the school. Oh, okay, there's like a threat level thing. That's good to know. What? I received brain damage. Getting access to the student database would certainly help speed up your investigation, but the receptionist would never allow it. If only would it make her go away for a while. Don't have Kazumi Nakwa, so let's talk to her. I'm not very charismatic, apparently. Weren't able to convince her, been a waste of time. All the girls who went missing are apparently members of the swimming team. Maybe someone saw the kidnapper stalking them. Stumble upon the computer room. This is a good opportunity to check the school's database for anything that might help your investigation. Check it out. If only I didn't have that brain damage. You find a curious folder containing photos. With Rising Hover, you discover that you're in one of them. And the last photo shows a man standing over your bed. Find a note containing handwritten and detailed notes about the swimming club itself and mermaids. With the trail going cold, it might be time for a different approach. Could a similar case have occurred in the past? A trip to the library might be a good idea. Sure, let's study the newspapers. Knowledge checks a failure because I've got brain damage. It was a complete waste of time. You spent the whole day reading about cute dogs, dying vegetables, and the occasional accident. You find nothing related to the curse at hand. Find a notebook containing handwritten deal. Right, same thing as so. Oh, it's a different school. Well, shit. I have a friend. How do I look at my friends? Fujiko. Your kick deals additional 1 damage. Looks at me waiting. Guess she doesn't want to talk to us. I thought that was a beard, I didn't realise it was a little mask. A nauseating scent stops you. Someone has scattered rotting fish guts everywhere and hung up countless fish heads. You cover your mouth as you slowly retreat. A vast flock of seagulls outside viciously attack the windows. -1 stamina, -1 reason. Whoever the kidnapper may be, they seem really obsessed with mermaids. Inside the Science Lab, you find a plan of the town's sewer system. Someone has marked a path leading directly from the sea, from the school building. Kind of wish I hadn't spent all of my money on a shovel. The investigation is starting to take a toll on your health. You feel like you're about to fall asleep standing. How do you address your weakened state? I don't have money to buy a coffee. Let's have a jog. Half asleep. You stumble over the pavement and trip. -1 stamina. I have milk. I'll drink my milk. Something wrong here. Weird apathy seems to infect every adult you ask for help. You'll have to deal with it alone. The investigation is starting to take a toll on you. You start to miss the most obvious leads. +4% doom. You compare the sewer plan with the school map and suddenly it dawns on you. School basement! That must be the place the kidnapper is keeping the missing swimmers. The shovel. Ooh. Oh. Do you think brain damage counts as a minor injury? Oh, one sec. I want to do that. And then that. The warper steals some of your lifespan. I need that, you dickhead. Defeat the warper. There's no turning back now. God, let's hope she's alright. I mean, especially because I just killed a guy. You push through the door to the janitorial closet, but it's too late. The missing girl is lying in a dirty mattress. The upper part, at least. Till's fish has been crudely sewed in place of her legs. She was too weak and died, you hear the mad janitor say. He looks you up and down. Maybe you'll do. Apparently that's what mad janitors sound like. Standing carefully over the corpse, the janitor picks up the bloody axe. So, I'm going to hit you with my shovel. He swings his axe. Cool, I'm going to hit you with my shovel. How about I hit you with my shovel? So is this, so do I block now? Like dodge? I dodged. In response, I'm going to hit you with my shovel. Mad janitor's body slumps to the floor. You pick up his axe, using it as a crutch. You try to leave the room injured and weakened. You slowly lose consciousness on the school corridor. Police officers find you a few hours later. No trace of the mad janitor is found, but you will sleep a little better tonight, knowing that the other students are safe. Macabre story. Memoir of a morbid moments, ending A. What's this? Mystery. Bunch of XP, some doom. Some stamina. Time passes. The old god stirs again. Local scientists baffled. An unprecedented aurora-like event has bathed the entire town in a natural green glow. Neat. That's the lighthouse, isn't it? Let's have a bath. We really need some health, so let's do that. Once a year, a ramen shop appears where there was once an alleyway. The ramen sold inside is made from its former patrons but can cure any health problem. I mean, I do have brain damage. You've chosen to advance to the next experience level. Choose one perk. Plus charisma, plus luck. Extra funds. I think we need the funds. We have literally no funds. Why is this cut off here? Oh, we need to pick a thing. Let's get some more reason because we're about dead. Actually, no, let's not. Let's get some more knowledge because we are brain damaged and could do with it. 1 second. I'm actually missing like half the screen. What's going on? That didn't help. Screw it, we'll figure it out, we'll work with it. Can I use the bandage to not be brain damaged? That'd be great. Probably not. What's the fire axe like? Do you know what? I'm going to sell the fire axe. I'm going to keep the shovel. Start a new mystery. What we got again? Crimson Cape, Scissors, Sailors, or... Let's go this one. You've received an official-looking letter. What does a law firm from Tokyo want with you? We regret to inform you of your passing of your client and your great-uncle. His funeral will be preceded by an overnight vigil as per the client's request. There's an address and a list of people expected to arrive. You don't recognize any names. Intrigued, you decide to check it out yourself. What's the worst thing that could happen? Following directions from the letter, you slowly fight your way through the overgrown forest path. The old mansion looks like it was torn down and rebuilt many times. Tip: explore the mansion, actions, unlock new locations, and progress the mystery. The round window of the Crooked Manor Tower is calling to you. You feel your strength run away as you stare at the bright light. I will fight this feeling anymore. Just one glimpse at the eldritch landscape is enough. You manage to cover your eyes and move where you can't see the damned window. You feel sick, but you're safe for now. Takes you some time, but finally you manage to find someone. Is that another guest? You should ask them what's going on here. 4 actions on the right allow you to investigate the location and interact with it. Who's that? The young woman wrinkles her nose when she notices you. You could swear you've seen the symbol engraved on her necklace before. If you want to pay respects to that old man, follow the corridor to the right. Explore mansion, I guess. A sudden growl coming from behind the corner makes you stop. Rumor ghost. Oh, I can't hit the ghost, can I? Can I set fire to the ghost? Do I have a spell? Guess we'll just keep doing this until the ghost dies. There we go. Oh, turns out shovels aren't effective against ghosts. Pressing a handkerchief to your nose, you enter the dark room. There's no way they allowed your granduncle to just lie here. What was the correct bow and clap order? Maybe the other guests should know. As you return to the corridor, you notice that another family member has arrived. You notice all guests are studying small cards. You should ask them about it. A muscular man is eyeing you up as you take a step towards him. You can't help but notice a deep scar going across his cheek. This pamphlet, take mine. I don't plan on following it anyway. We would like to thank you on behalf of our client for participating in this vigil on short notice. He's a spiritual person and left instructions we are asking you to follow closely. 9 AM, start of the vigil. Pray over the body. Bow, clap, bow, clap. Light up the fireplace. Pray over the body. Bow, 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 clap. Something. Feed the plant in the study with blood. Cover the mirror. The fuck? Bow, clap, bow, clap. Okay. Let's bow, clap, bow, clap. Inspector's foot. Inspector's foot. You already copied the tattoo, okay. Bow, 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 clap. I prayed enough, okay. Let's find a fireplace, I guess, then. Following a suspicious person, you enter an old, run-down mansion room. It stinks like spoiled milk and only has 2 doors, one of which you came through. You can't see the strange man anywhere. Search the room. Nothing important here, but you might be able to use the one item you do find. Plus item. Flashlight. Plus 1 perception. Light up the fireplace. You couldn't find any firewood to add to the fireplace. That's the same lady. That's the same guy. Storage room. You should have instantly recognizing the room from a newspaper photo. 3 years ago, a man hanged himself here. Why is vigil held in a place like this? Check the wardrobe. Not enough room. Item added to the storage. Where's storage? Screw it, we'll get rid of that. Maybe that'll let us pick the thing up. The wardrobe is empty. Okay. So, where do I find my storage? Explore, I guess, for now. You find a heavy tome wrapped in moth-eaten black velvet and an old locked cabinet. When you remove the book's wrapping, you recoil in disgust. It's bound in human flesh. Let's look and read it. You uncover some of the secrets of the sleeping god. Still can't find where the storage thing is where I'm supposed to find this item. It seems that someone has already removed all the furniture from this room. The overgrown plant is casting an unsettling shadow. The wardrobe is empty. I know the wardrobe's empty, so I can't get the thing that was in it. Is it like off screen or something? Because for some reason half the screen, a chunk of the screen's cut off, I can't see it. Oh, Christ, 1 second. I'll have to Google this quickly. World of Horror. Storage. Okay, cool. So we're fucked. Essentially, we can't access it and get the thing out. The body is missing. Well, shit. Where is everybody? It's, yeah, that plant is casting an unsettling shadow. Explore the mansion, I guess. In the middle of the room, you see a man tied to a chair. You rush in to help, and when you remove his gag, though, the man starts shouting curses and ancient prophecies. You fall on the floor, your mind is flooded with unspeakable images as the man slowly stands up, completely ignoring the chair he was seemingly tied to. Hey, so how about I hit you with my shovel? So, gonna hit you. With my shovel. I've got a curious statue. +1 knowledge I had in the inventory. You managed to find one of the guests is shaken but otherwise safe. You both decide to get the hell out of this place, but the door is gone. Nothing new. Body's missing still. Storage room, nothing. Let's explore, I guess. Feeling like you're on the brink of losing your mind, you decide to visit your parents' old friend, Father Yasugi. Hey kiddo, says the priest who's currently moving some boxes in and out the church. Could you lend a hand? Lift the heaviest box. Lifting the box, you feel your back cracking, but you manage to get it all over with relatively quickly. Afterwards, Father Yasugi invites you inside for a cup of hot tea and some home-baked cookies made by one of the parishioners. You explain your situation to him. The priest listens, letting you vent all your doubts and things. How did we get there, considering the door went and we couldn't get out of the house? There's a local legend about a heartbroken seamstress. On a stormy night, she broke into the local inn and stitched the unsuspecting guests together. A final gruesome artwork. But that's just a legend, right? Rifle through the cupboard. Oh shit. You stumble upon Sotomura, furiously scratching his star. With each motion, he gets a little deeper. With each motion, more and more blood appears. With each motion, he takes a step towards you. That's why you don't scratch at your scars, mate. I think I'm dead. This looks pretty dead to me. Resisting the unknown horror was taking its toll on your health. Weakened, you finally succumb to your injuries, alone. As the dust settles upon your eyes, reality starts to crumble. The old god is ready to return once more. Yeah, we died. Oh, fair. So 30 new events, encountered 6 new enemies, unlocked 1 achievement. Right. I know it's somewhat abrupt, but I think that's going to be it, guys. I should probably get some scran. This isn't going terribly well, quite frankly. I'm pretty bad at it. Anyways, just to fill a bit of time, to be fair, after Bayo. But it was good crack, guys. I've appreciated good stuff. Appreciated being able to do this again. Hopefully it won't be quite so long before I can jump on and do some streaming stuff again. Hopefully it's not quite a month. But take care, guys. I'll catch you next time. See you for now.